Hello, welcome to the Hat on Head News Cabin, and thanks for joining me again. Got some news for you here this morning. Gonna run through some coronavirus stories, talk about what's going on in the U.S. here, then look at the Worldometers numbers. I got a nice story about people giving back in their community. A lot of stuff's going on, a lot of people hurting, a lot of people working hard, and then others trying to give back and do what they can. So this story is about a young couple that is giving back to truckers who are, just working really hard. So they're just giving them free food. Thought that was cool. And then we're going to take a look at an article that talks about the link between COVID-19 and heart damage, what doctors and what they're learning about that. All right, so that's what I got for you here today. First thing, let's just actually go right into the Worldometers numbers and see where we're at for today. All right, so that's the coronavirus death toll here. So let's go right here where we usually start. 1,500,000 global cases, 89,000 deaths. This curve is quite impressive in how steep it is, and that's where we are now, looking at April 8th, which was yesterday. We'll go down to the one. This one right here. All right, so we're down slightly, which is good. The daily deaths yesterday, April 8th, was 6,414. Also want to mention, just in terms of New York, Tuesday was a new record after Monday, so hopefully Wednesday comes down from there. But yeah, just that was in terms of the numbers. Alright guys, now we're going to take a look at this story here. Coronavirus live update, U.S. deaths near 15,000 as New York reports more cases than any country. The U.S. suffered its second deadliest day in a row of the coronavirus pandemic, with nearly 2,000 deaths between Wednesday and Thursday. The death toll now stands at 14,788, according to an NBC News tally, while the number of confirmed coronavirus cases in New York has reached 151,598, outpacing any country except the United States as a whole. So New York is really getting it right now. Lockdowns look set to remain in place in many European countries amid rising death tolls, as governments from Britain to France decide whether to extend restrictions aimed at reducing the spread of the virus. Alright, so this was April 9th, 2020, guys, so it just shows you what's going on. We're getting hit pretty hard. Now we're going to go over to this nice story that talks about truckers. So, behind the scenes, truckers are keeping America moving. The pandemic is also adding to stress for truck drivers who are faced with more hours to drive and fewer places to get food and water. It's been especially hard if you can't find a place to park, said Angie Baum, who drives with her husband, Larry. A lot of the truck stops are limiting the number of trucks that come in. We're out on the road a lot more, Angie said. We're out about 6 days a week right now. We're home for usually about a day, day and a half. And this is the story that I wanted to bring you here. This young couple who, in their community, this is in Virginia, and this is who they wanted to give back to. I feel like people are finding different people that they think are deserving of recognition, of free food, and free food is just a universal sign of respect. So I stopped at a truck stop tonight to get some fuel, and this young married couple were sitting out in the parking lot, and they had this picnic table with this sign offering free food for truck drivers. This is what makes America great. Let's make this go viral. This was in Danville, Virginia, my hometown. So if you could just imagine, just in general, truckers feeling, just working really hard, and this type of respect, I'm sure, goes a long way. It makes people feel good. So good job to these two people here. All right, guys. Now the last story here is some information about how COVID-19 is affecting the heart. The mysterious connection between the coronavirus and the heart. Doctors say some patients with COVID-19 can have heart damage. The novel coronavirus mainly attacks the lungs, but doctors have been increasingly reporting cases of another battlefield raging within the body, the heart. More than 1 in 5 patients develops heart damage as a result of COVID-19 in Wuhan, China, one small study published March 27th. While some of these patients have a history of heart conditions, others do not. So, what's going on? Cardiologists say several scenarios could be unfolding. The heart may struggle to pump blood in the absence of enough oxygen. The virus may directly invade heart cells or the body in its attempt to eradicate the virus, may mobilize a storm of immune cells that attack the heart. We know that this is not the only virus that affects the heart, said Dr. Mohammed Majid. For example, the risk of developing heart attacks, for example, is thought to increase about 6-fold when a person is infected with the flu virus. So while it doesn't come as a surprise, the novel coronavirus called SARS-CoV-2 can lead to heart damage. It may be occurring more frequently in these patients than it does in people infected with other viruses. All right, and then with this last part here, certain drugs that are currently under investigation for treating COVID-19, including hydroxychloroquine, the drug that President Trump has said is a game changer, could cause heart damage, those experts said. Now the goal is to figure out if there's a generic or biochemical reason some people are more prone to heart damage from COVID-19 and to figure out what drug works best to protect the heart from injury, Micho said. All right, guys. Well, that's it for that I got you here for today. Thanks for joining me. Yeah, we got a few stories about what's going on. Then we have a nice couple that is giving back, and I think that is what this is all about. There's a lot of people that are in different situations and that see people around them working hard, struggling, and want to help their fellow Americans. So if you feel that way, give back. Be nice to your neighbor. Give people compliments. Whatever you can do to kind of, make the vibe be a little bit better than it is right now. It feels a little heavy out there. So be nice to your neighbors. Keep your hat on your head.